Hello and welcome to the Buffalo Bills Pat Carosa channel as I give you great insight from the Buffalo Bills after every game this season. Before I get into their great game today, please like, comment, and subscribe so you can get awesome Bills content throughout the season. So let's get into it, and let's start with the defense. They played a really great game today, especially the D-line. All of them had great plays, from Ed Oliver to Leonard Floyd to Greg Rousseau to A.J. Epinesa. All of them played great. Many of the interceptions today was a result of their pressure throughout the game. A lot of their pressure resulted in interceptions and fumbles and everything. I mean, it was a quintessential defensive performance, which was dominated by the defensive line. They just overmatched the Washington offensive line was just overmatched for the Bills defensive line, and they basically pitched a shutout. Yes, they had 3 points at the end, but that was when the Bills backups were in the game. So they basically pitched a shutout throughout the entire game, and this is becoming a trend as there has been great pressure even in the Jets game, the Raiders game, and the Commanders game. They all have great pressure. The defensive line is getting to the quarterback, messing up their games, and creating turnovers. And that is great to see from Sean McDermott and his new defensive coordinator role. So they just played an excellent game. Sam Howell looked like a fourth-round rookie out there, and he just couldn't get the ball down the field. And because the secondary was playing a great game. Trey White had an interception. I can't say enough of how good this defense was. So the defense looks great, and then the offense also had a really good game as well. Some questionable calls by Ken Dorsey. I thought a couple of the play situations he could have been a little bit better in, could have been a little bit more imaginative, but that's my only gripe. The offense moved the ball down the field. Again, a good running game. James Cook almost had over 100 yards today. He stopped at 98 yards. Just the offensive line played great protection all around, especially on third downs. I think that was the key to the game today, was their protection, especially on third downs, which resulted in completions and conversions. So that was critical to the Bills' offensive game today. Stefon Diggs had a really great game. He had like 8 catches for 111 yards. He's having a great start to the season. I really can't complain about that. He just overmatched and dominated the Washington secondary today. So, really great, and he had great routes. I mean, it was just a really quintessential game for Stefon Diggs. And Josh Allen was Josh Allen. I mean, he had a lot of great throws. I think my favorite was the throw on the first or second drive where he just dumped it into Stefon Diggs over 2 defenders. I mean, he rolled out to the right, and he just launched one straight down the field for a completion. So that was amazing. That was an amazing throw, and he had a couple amazing throws today with Gabe Davis, who still was inconsistent. He should catch a couple of the balls that was thrown to him, but either way, he had another great game. He had a touchdown today, which was great, a great throw by Josh Allen. And overall, the Bills overall had an excellent game. And the Bills knew they had to get through these last 2 weeks with a win, because here comes Miami, who are 3-0, and they scored 70 points against the Denver Broncos. 70 points. That hasn't happened in 60 some odd years. So they are going to come into Buffalo with a buzzsaw, with so many points. I mean, their offense is looking really great early in the season, but I think the Bills have have the secret of keeping Tua on the sidelines. So we will see where that goes. It's a big game. It's basically a run for first place, a game for first place. I know the Dolphins are 3-0, but the Bills, if with a win, can be 3-1. Both teams can be 3-1, but the Bills will have a tiebreaker. So it's a big early season game for division royalties and stakes up for grabs for this week. I still think this division will come down to that last game of the season in Miami. I think they're going to be a game or two apart this season. So it's the Bills and the Dolphins really that will determine the AFC East. Both are great teams, and that will be a really great game in Orchard Park next week. So, I'm excited for that. Overall, the Bills are in great shape. They really are. But they need to win next week, to keep on that positive stride. They can't go 0-2 in the division, but it's going to be tough. So I know I got a little into predictions this year, but next week's game is going to be huge for the Bills. So, but overall, there's not much to complain about. They had a really great game. The defense looks really great, and then the offense, they were sluggish in the middle, but they really turned it on in the fourth quarter and even early on in the game. So, there's not much to complain about, really. They did what they had to do. They dominated the Raiders. They dominated the Commanders, and here we are, week 4 next week against the Miami Dolphins, and to show that they are still here and they can beat the Dolphins. So we'll see. Until next week, go Bills! And remember to like, comment, and subscribe.